Give us a call or visit us online for full financing details at 800-NEXT-WINDOW or WindowWorldLouisville.com. Window World, simply the best for less.
It's like the rebirth the world feels during spring. The new life when there was none, and the hope of real growth and wonder, like the kind of wonder of joining Alistair Begg on a magnificent Mediterranean journey.
Have you ever wondered what it would have been like to travel the dynamic missionary journeys of the Apostle Paul, to see for yourself the sights of the early Christian church? This is Alistair Begg, inviting you to join me this fall on the footsteps of the Apostles' Mediterranean cruise. Together, we'll encounter the sights of the early church like never before, with wonderful stops in Rome, Naples, Jerusalem, Athens, and more.
It's an unforgettable 15 days on 2 continents, sailing on one of the newest cruise ships, the beautiful Silhouette.
And we'll experience the magnificent Sistine Chapel, the historic Western Wall in Jerusalem, the beautiful Greek island of Santorini, and much more in luxurious accommodations over the pristine waters of the Mediterranean.
Get more information at WFIAFM.com and click on the Footsteps of the Apostles banner.
You're listening to Just Ask Joyce on WFIA, The Spirit.
And we have Christy on the line. Christy, real quick, we've got a few minutes here now at the last of this hour. And what say you, darling?
I have made a decision. I am taking my kids out of public school. I will no longer allow my children to be subjected to the corruption in public schools.
Good for you, girl. You are like adamant about this, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Oh, I hear the fire in your voice, girl. And I'm telling you, if more parents would just take this stand, and I believe that in nothing short, if people would just come together and do this for a week. And I know that parents who work, this is going to be difficult to make those kinds of arrangements all of a sudden. But I'm telling you, if we don't send a message to our president that, you know what, you don't get to make these kinds of decisions. There's more that's going to be shoved down our throat. But you go, girl.
I just feel like our public schools are taking the morals away from our children. And If we just pull them out and teach them ourselves, yes, it may, get out there and find a network. That's what we decided to do. We heard it and we got out there and we started looking and we realized that, in our community, there's already people who do public school, do homeschooling.
Right.
So we're going to try and get on with another homeschool person. So maybe, that way we don't have to take away from both parents working, and we can just help with the cost of homeschool because one parent's already staying home with those kids anyway.
Amen. And you know what, Christy? You give Gary your number, and I will call you sometime this weekend. What I'd like to do is give parents some resources, some people that maybe they could call, some of these co-ops and things. So if you know of any of these, or if any of you listening audience know of any of these co-ops and how I can maybe get this information to the parents, I'd appreciate you contacting me this weekend. JustAskJoyce@gmail.com. God bless you, Christy. You go.
Thank you.
Fred, thank you for calling.
Yes. I taught for 32 and a half years in Jefferson County schools. I taught junior and seniors.
Good for you.
And 20 years ago, we had a situation there where a young man thought he was a young lady and whatever, and it was a simple fix. He wanted to use a girl's bathroom. No, right. Go to the counselor's office. And here's the problem. In high school, I've seen over the years where kids, junior and seniors in high school, and sometimes they don't know who they are, and that's not being ugly. They're not sure they're experimenting or whatever. The problem is if that young man or young lady decides to go to the other restroom and then 2 years later decide that they were what they were originally, then my daughter or son has been abused by that individual.
Right.
Now, here's a fix for people that can't go to private school.
Right.
And what you do is this, because I kept it in my desk drawer at school. It's called a medical fragile list. Now, what you do is this. On that medical fragile list, there's different people have different, need the medications or whatever. But there's also one called medical frequent bathroom visits. Okay. All you need to do is, and I would do it the same if I had any children in school today, go to the doctor, tell them they have a problem going to the restroom, frequent visits, and here's what happens is that teacher's required then, anytime the person needs to go to the restroom, they'll give them a pass to the office to use a counselor's office, which has one toilet, one sink, whatever.
Oh, great.
Because most restrooms at most schools are locked during class change.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to avoid going to the restroom during class change. What you do is medical fragile list, and all you do then is tell your son or daughter that you make sure you go to the restroom during the class time.
Wow.
And this is one way around it, because it's Jefferson County, I'm not sure what school it was, kind of went that way. And I've told several people about that. And there's nothing they can do because the doctor said medical fragile, and most doctors, I'm sure,
will honor this.
Would respect that.
Right.
And there's nothing they can do about that.
And Fred, the thing is that counselor's office is going to be mighty crowded, isn't it?
Well, that's fine. That's fine. Then it's up to them then to provide other provisions for that individual. But as far as these restrooms, what it comes down to is I don't use a ladies' restroom because it's a courtesy to the ladies.
Right.
They don't use mine as a courtesy to me.
It's common decency.
And another individual, I can go to the mall because I take my granddaughter there to change her diaper. They have a family restroom.
That's right.
You lock the door.
That's right.
Those individuals, if you're not sure what your identity is, as a courtesy, you would use that restroom.
That's right.
Or better yet, even in the schools, a unisex bathroom with one toilet, one sink, and one shower would solve the problem. That way, if you're not sure who you are, and I'm not being ugly about this, it's just common sense, then I would use that restroom as a courtesy to the other people if I wasn't sure what my identity was today.
Fred, thank you so much.
Okay,
that is very, very helpful.
Appreciate
we will share it this next hour, too. And, guys, I just want to say real quick, there is a Wounded Warrior campaign going on this weekend, May the 14th. It is a benefit car motorcycle show. I'll talk more about it next hour, but make sure you call me if you want to know more about this and you don't get me next hour. In the meantime, I'm in battle for his cause.
The Spirit, 94.7 WFIA FM New Albany, Louisville, is a service of Salem Media Group. Online at WFIAFM.com.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. A judge has found longtime Metro Phoenix Sheriff Joe Arpaio in contempt of court for disobeying his orders in a racial profiling case. The decision brings Arpaio, who's known for cracking down on illegal immigration, one step closer to a possible criminal contempt that could expose him to fines and even jail time. There are many voices being raised in opposition to the Obama administration's directive to public school districts, telling them that they must allow so-called transgender students to use a bathroom or locker room of their choice. Carrie Kupek with the Alliance Defending Freedom.
The Obama administration has a very clear political goal, and that's to force women and girls across this country to shower and undress and use restrooms with those of the opposite biological sex.
Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick says this is clearly a case of presidential overreach.
It is the most damaging policy, domestic policy, and that's saying something for this president who gave us Obamacare.
School districts that refuse to comply could lose federal funds. One of Donald Trump's supporters in Congress says a likely Republican presidential nominee expects to meet with rank-and-file House members in the next few weeks. At least 13 people are dead, the result of the latest terror attack in Iraq.
It comes as Iraq's military is pushing IS fighters back on front lines across the country. So while Iraq's military is making progress against the Islamic State group on the battlefield, the group has increased their number of attacks in places like Baghdad and Salahuddin province, Diyala province, parts of Iraq that are under government control.
Correspondent Susanna George. Closing Wall Street, the Dow ends the day and the week down 186 points. The NASDAQ closes 20 points in the red, the S&P down 18. More on these stories at townhall.com.
WFIA, The Spirit.
It's the 4 o'clock edition of Just Ask Joyce, and it is Crank It Up Friday right here on The Spirit. Webby Oglesby, my spiritual provider, will be on board with me today. So make sure that you join us, won't you? And hey, guys, call in because that's what Crank It Up Friday is all about. We will talk about anything that you want to talk about. Or, again, you'll have to listen to us. But we would love to have your input. You can call with a question. You can call to share your faith. You can call to share a funny story or just a praise for the Lord. That's what we're going to do. We can talk about any topic that has been a hot topic in the news. That's what we're all about today. And here's the number, 571-2428, 571-CHAT. So you stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, you think about my friends at Window World. And when you need new windows, roof, siding, gutters, you call them. They will not do you wrong. You'll be very pleased.
Congratulations, Louisville. This is Steve Arterburn, and for 50 years you've been blessed with a radio station in your community that has helped spread the good news of the gospel and help bring new followers to Jesus Christ. It's an outstanding achievement, and we're proud to be a part of WFIA's past, present, and future. From all of us at New Life Ministries, happy anniversary. And join me weekdays at 1 o'clock for New Life Live right here on WFIA, The Spirit.
Home equity loans are the perfect way to make any home improvement project come to life. Rates are low, and the interest is often tax deductible. For a limited time, Class Act Credit Union is offering zero closing costs on any home equity loan. Choose the flexibility of a home equity line of credit or the certainty of a fixed-rate second mortgage or both and pay no closing costs. Rates have never been lower. Call Class Act today at 964-7575. Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 403005.
Compassionate, experienced, respected. Comprehensive Foot and Ankle Centers and Doctors Chris Hubbard and Timothy Hanna understand that your feet are the foundation for taking your body where you need to go. So don't take foot pain lightly. From mild sprains to fracture care, Comprehensive Foot and Ankle's compassionate staff is committed to helping you return to a pain-free, active life. Treatments such as laser therapy for heel pain, Achilles tendonitis, and toenail fungus can get you back on your feet again. Fracture care, arthroscopy of the ankle, diabetic foot care, structural deformities of the foot or ankle. The name says it all. Comprehensive Foot and Ankle can help. So if you have persistent pain in your feet or ankles, give Comprehensive Foot and Ankle a call at 797-3338. That's 797-3338. Office is located in Shepherdsville at the Jewish Hospital Medical Center and in Louisville at Norton Brownsboro Crossings behind Cabela's across from Costco. Call for an appointment today at 797-3338.
Hi, I'm Joyce Oglesby of Just Ask Joyce, weekdays at 3 right here on WFIA, and I want you to join me for a very special live edition of our show, Tuesday, May 24th at Highview Baptist Valley Station campus.
Dignity Memorial and WFIA present Lunch and Learn with Joyce Oglesby, May 24th from 2 to 5 p.m. Join us for a free lunch and seats to the Just Ask Joyce show. There'll be a live Q&A about pre-planning, family care, and more.
Lunch and Learn. It's all free. All you need to do is get registered by calling 502-423-3122. That's 423-3122.
Dignity Memorial features Arch L. Hetty Okolona, W.G. Hardy, Fairdale McDaniel, Arch L. Hetty Taylor Boulevard, and Hetty Hardy, where your loved one's life will be celebrated.
Are you prepared? Getting your affairs in order is one of the most important things you can do to help your family when you pass. I'm looking forward to seeing you May 24th. Call and register now at 502-423-3122.